welcome to another studio vlog. So it is 12th of November, so we're not November, October, so we're a little bit in, and I just wanted to start off kind of updating you guys what I've been doing. So oh, what I want to say first is the Much Ado Craft Fair that was last month. I think it was the 26th of September, if I'm remembering correctly. Went really well. It was like crazy busy. I only finally got to eat my lunch at like 2:20, and it started at 11. It literally, like, the footfall was crazy. I sold like artwork, loads of terrariums, and a whole bunch of like other stuff, like Christmas stuff. It was really good. I really enjoyed doing that, so I'll definitely be doing the Christmas one on the 4th of December. And oh yes, and then of course the Maiso market that was last weekend, that went well. It was kind of quiet, but I sold a couple pieces of art. Like, I sold the mushroom leaf art that I made in the last vlog, and then some like embroidery hoop art, which was nice. And so yeah, that's like kind of markets covered of what's happened. Oh, and I did also reseal the frames for the leaf art. I think I mentioned it in the last vlog that it was kind of like scraping off, so I just kind of went over, kind of fixed it up so it didn't, like, to cover up any of the scratches, and then varnished it with like the same brand, just like a varnish. It was matte varnish, and it has a really nice finish, so those are good now. So yeah, I did that before the Maiso market, just in case one sold, and thankfully I did that and one did. So and then I worked on my bullet journal spread. I was supposed to get my bullet journal spread done in like the last week of September, but I had a really rough week with like toothache and stuff, so that was just a very off week for me, which is also why I have quite a bit to do. I'm having to catch up on some stuff. So I did the bullet journal spread. You guys, I'm sure, have seen this already on Instagram, Facebook, or Twitter. I really like how this spread turned out. I've done mushrooms for October before. I did them purple in like last year, because purple's my favorite color, and I did want to have purple since my birthday's in October, but I really want to do mushrooms. And the markers I have were like too bright for me to pass it off as just a really dark color for, like, say, the browner mushrooms, so I just stuck with this, and I really like how it turned out. And let me show you like a week one. That's not all filled in. I think it turned out really well. I love like the greens and like with the red. It's a really nice contrast. And then this would be my this is the page that I track like my expenses, what I've spent, what I've earned. I never like draw in the like graph spot until like the end of the month, so that I know what to draw out, because sometimes I have like, I'll have business, which I tend to always have either spending or earnings of, and then sometimes I'll have like a personal, so I leave it to the end of the month so I know how much space to give each section. So yeah, I will, as I'm talking to you guys, letting you know what I have to do for this month, I will have a couple clips of me doing the bullet journal, because I did film some of it for you. And yeah, so while you're watching that, I have a few things to catch up on. I need to make some more vial terrariums for the earrings and necklaces. A few sold at the Much Ado Craft Fair, so I just need to make up a few. I'm basically just going to bring it up to its original numbers, like what I had when I first made them. So I had 6 necklaces and 4 pairs of earrings. So I have 3 necklaces and like 1 pair of earrings left. Yeah, so I will make up 3 pairs of earrings and then 6 necklaces, 1 of each size in the necklaces. And then I'm going to finally do those really large terrariums, like those large jars that I cleaned up a couple months ago. I'm going to do those up as well, because yesterday when I went for a walk with my mum, I was able to find quite a bit of moss. We've had a decent amount of rain recently, so it's kind of just greened up everything. So I think I should have more than enough moss to do the large jars, the vial terrariums, and to fill up if I need to, like if quite a few jars like go in the next coming markets. I might do a couple jars, but I'll see. I need to do like the large jars and the vials first before I do anything else. Oh, and then my gran also did get me a really lovely glass bowl which I can put some sundews in, and then that one could like go in the kitchen, and I can take like 2 plastic ones to the markets. So yeah, I have a few to do before I do any jars, since I already have a decent amount of jars in stock. And then I need to do some stands for the earrings and necklaces. Not too much to do. I have to check, but I think I only have to do 1 tree stand, because when I first made the tree stands I kind of like overcompensated and made 2 extra by accident, so I should only have to make 1. And then with the stands I just have to make a few, so that'd be really simple. So I'm doing that today. I also like mixed up some more like soil mix for the terrariums because I was kind of low on that earlier today. And I also need to make some Christmas cards and tags because my friend wants some. So I'm going to make another set of tags and then another set of Christmas cards so that she has a bit of variety to pick from, because she probably won't pick like all from the same set. So yeah, so I'm not going to film me making the vial terrariums because you guys have seen that in previous vlogs. I'll probably put that in the iCard if you want to see that. And then I also won't film the stands because again you guys have seen that, and I want to have like new stuff in the vlog. I don't want to have too much repeating in my vlogs, so I also won't film me doing the tags because I've done that already. I might film doing the background if it's different enough. I might do a slightly different background, though I have a bunch of those tags actually that I showed you in the last vlog that like the backgrounds are done, they just need to be embellished, so I might just do that, to be honest. So it's just embellishing, so I probably won't have that in either, but I'll have the cards because the cards will be different from last month's cards. And then I have some other stuff to do. I just can't really think of it right now, but at the moment this week I'm doing terrariums. I would like to fit the cards and tags in as well. We shall see how that goes. So I'm doing the stands today. I'll be doing the terrariums tomorrow. I'm waiting for the tiny like earring vial sizes to come in the post. Hopefully they come tomorrow. If not, I might just have to do that at a later date because I really want to do the terrariums this week because the amount of moss I have is like taking up more space than it needs to be. And then hopefully the cards and tags on Thursday. And since I don't have any backgrounds to do, it shouldn't take too long to do the tags. So yeah, that's what I have to update you guys on. I'm guessing the next clip will be me doing the large jars, since I'm just doing the stands today. So, and the stands will be like the same as I did them like last time, painted black with some metallic rubbed over. I'll just be doing whatever like metallic that isn't in stock, because like I think I've sold out of gold or bronze, so I'll probably do that on the tree. And yeah, so I will talk to you guys I guess when I'm making the large jar terrariums. So the way I started off the terrariums is the same with like all the others. I have a layer of gravel, a layer of mesh to keep the substrate and gravel separate. I put the substrate in and kind of like brushed it up to one side so it's a bit of a hill. And then I removed all like the dirt from, well, the majority of the dirt from the roots of the plants I wanted to plant in. I could have like washed the roots in some water, but I didn't really feel like it. And the soil was damp, so I was able to get the soil off pretty easily. And one of the plants, like the pink and green one, I had to prune quite a bit. It was completely fine. It's actually starting to like grow leaves already after like maybe a couple weeks of being made, so it's completely fine with that. And then I put a pine cone in each jar, and say in this one there was like a piece of like, it's kind of burnt wood, so I'm gonna say like charcoal like wood with some moss on it, and I broke it in half so it can fit. And then I used my pliers to kind of like clean up the edges, my very cute pink pliers I got when I think I was like 7. And then I pop that in. I use my long tweezers for a lot of this, of course, because like I can get my hand in, but it's a lot easier with the tweezers. So I placed that, and then I added some lichen in. I'm not too sure what kind of lichen this is. I believe it either grows on bark or soil. I can't remember. I think it's bark. And I put a piece of that lichen in each one. And then I just filled up the space with moss as usual. The soil mix is like the same for all my closed jar ones. It's slightly different. I kind of wing the soil mix every time. It's just like I go off like a foundation, like a base. And then like as long as it feels like right, I'll go with that. And yeah, I just put like moss like all behind the pine cone, because pine cones, when it's humid, when the air is humid, they close back up. So I knew the pine cone would close. So I just packed a lot of moss or like around the edge, so that once it closes, I wouldn't have to put too much at the back line. I just might have to put a little bit in the front. And yeah, it was really simple. I thought I would like have to do a lot more with it just because it was a big jar, but the surface area really isn't actually that big. So once I put like that big chunk of wood with moss on it, it was just to kind of fill in the smaller areas with moss. And I did put a couple white pebbles in this jar just to kind of finish it off and give you something else to look at. And then I gave it a good water with rainwater. I cleaned up the inside of the glass. Oh, and another thing, when I was putting the substrate in, I did put the springtails in. I just didn't keep that part in because it's really simple to put substrate in and springtails. And yeah, and then this one, it's the same thing. Pine cone, a piece of wood with a bunch of moss on it. It was a different one, so it looks different. And then I just packed it with more moss, and this time I just used like kind of like natural colored pebbles instead of the white ones, so it didn't look too similar. And then again, gave it a water, wiped the inside of the glass, and put the cork on. So yeah, I'm really happy with how they both turned out. I'll show you guys a bit of a close-up at the end, as well as some photos when I talk to you. And yeah, so let me know which one is your favorite. Okay, so it's been a little while since I've talked to you guys. I made the stands. So this is the tree stand, all done. It just needs to now be primed and painted, as well as the earring stands. I also need to pick up a couple hinges, which I'll be in town tomorrow, so I'll do that. So I might prime these today because I do want to work on the Christmas tags today, and hopefully the cards tomorrow. I was supposed to do them like last week, but the terrariums kind of took a bit more time, and then I was going to do them on the weekend, but I was just feeling for a lazy weekend, so I did have a lazy weekend instead. So yeah, the stands won't take too long to finish up, but I do want to do the tags today, so I'll probably just prime them today and then just paint them sometime this week. And the terrariums, I finished both. This is one of the large ones. I'm really happy with them. I really like the cork look, because like their lids were all rusted, which is why I had to go and get like some corks. And yeah, I really like how they turned out. They're really pretty. Of course, I'll have a photo up so you can see a little bit better. But yeah, I hope you can kind of see. It's kind of cold, so they're a bit foggier than normal. They might have a bit too much condensation in, but I'll have them long enough before I mark it to kind of just make sure that there's enough water or not too much. And this is the second one. And yeah, I'm really happy with them. It was fun to make like a larger one. I haven't done a larger one in a while. And yeah, So of course I would have talked to you about the process when you saw the clip, which is before this. And then I have made the vials. I also have photos up of these as well. Hope you can see them okay. These definitely have a bit too much water. I added like a few drops after I made them. Mostly I didn't think I had to because the moss was quite saturated, but you know, one is kind of open and it's used to like a more saturated environment. I do like to what's the word? I do like to kind of hydrate them quite a bit. So got the earrings done as well. So what I'm going to do, they've been closed up for a few days just to kind of acclimatize. So I'm going to open them up today and just kind of leave them open until the condensation majority of it is gone, so I can seal them up and turn them into accessories. And yeah, so that's it for like kind of the stuff I've made. Trying to think if I've done anything else. I have some stuff coming up, but I won't tell you until it's happened, so I'll probably tell you like a little bit into the vlog. Hopefully like the next clip you'll find out what I've been up to. And yeah, I cannot believe how quick October is going on, to be honest. In my head my birthday was next weekend, but is this weekend coming? Because it is the 18th today. Yes, this weekend coming, so I'm like okay, wow, already. And then so which means next week October finishes, and I can't believe it. Because like in my head I was like, okay, great, like, you know, I have a whole month to just kind of like relax slightly, but just like get things prepped, because I'll have a couple busy months ahead of me. I've ended up making them busier because initially I would have just had like one market and hopefully a workshop in November. Now I have two markets. On the 6th of November I'll be at the Royal Star Arcade Artisan Market, and that one they're starting up and they want it to be like every like first Saturday of the month. So I'm there on the 6th of November and the 4th of December, and then I'm at the Maidstone Market on the I think that'll be the 13th. Then I'm at Maidstone Market on the 13th of November, second Saturday like normal. And then hopefully I'll have my ornament workshop on the 27th of November, which there are still tickets available, so if you're interested I'll have that linked down below, as well as all the markets that I'll be going to, like holding a stall. I'll also have a link to them if you want to like find out more information on like just where they're located, just in case you don't exactly know where I'm talking about. And then in December I have the 4th of December at the Royal Star Arcade Artisan Market, and then the 5th of December at Much Ado Craft Fair. So literally the Saturday and Sunday. I've never done that before. Knowing how tired I tend to be after market, I am going to be dead by the end of that weekend. So yeah, and then on the 11th of December I'm at Maidstone Market, and that will be my last market of the year. Yeah, so quite a couple busy months ahead. You know, I'm just kind of just trying to cram them all in, because the reason I actually have the Saturday and Sunday in December is because the first two Royal Star Arcade Artisan Markets, they're free stalls, and I'm really just trying to drum up like savings and stuff, so I didn't want to not take the opportunity to take a free stall, which is why I took it. Otherwise I may not have been too bothered. But yeah, so if you are in like the area, like if you're in Maidstone and you do want to have some stalls and you have like a couple, like if you're free on the 6th and 4th, like I would definitely check them out. Of course you'll be able to check them out through the link that I have in the description. Yeah, so I would definitely do that. Like, you know, if you have any free stalls, check them out, and send them an email to see if they have any spaces. So yeah, it's kind of crazy. So I have a few more terrariums I need to do. I need to do a sundew terrarium, to like, since my gran got like this glass bowl, I can do that up for our house, and then I can have the two plastic ones for the markets, just to kind of keep them looking similar. I don't know if I want to do any more jars. I'm not too sure. People seem to be more interested in other stuff. I might do that vodka bottle again because it's just different, and leave the jars for now. I'm not too sure. Might do a couple like her bottle ones because they're nice and small. They're only £5 and people really like that. Yeah, so I just kind of want to get my terrarium stuff done this month, so I don't really have to do any more making. I'm not going to do any more like accessories, whatever. If I end up sold out, that's great. Start anew next year. And yeah, like the jars and stuff, I'm just going to try to keep it like as free as possible, so just so I have quite a few markets coming up, just in case I have like some other stuff I need to get done. So yeah, I'm going to do the tags and the cards this week. I'm having my vaccine tomorrow, so hopefully my arm won't be too sore so I can like work efficiently. I have some like computer stuff to do. Like I really want to get that store up and running. I would have liked to have it done by my birthday, which is this Sunday, but just in case, like I may not have it all sorted out, so but by the end of October I definitely want to have it done. So I have my online shop all done and sorted, and I have a few other things. Again, I'll talk to you more about that further in the vlog. But yeah, so that's pretty much my plan, because I want to just be as prepared as possible for the markets coming up, because I know I am going to be very tired and running on fumes in the next coming months. Yeah, so I'm just trying to just sort out as much as possible. So I have a few days this week. Gonna do the tags. I probably might go into Tuesday just because of drying times, and then like the cards and stuff. And yeah, so I'm gonna stop talking. I'm gonna get to the tags. Yeah, so I just wanted to show you guys how I finished off these tags. I finished them off with pearl drops and just like coordinating colors with it. So like for the bird ones, I used texture paste to make their nest, and then went over it with like some acrylic paint, and I went around all the edges with like brown acrylic paint, so it just kind of coordinated in the set. And then the one with the ornaments, I just had some chipboard ornaments, colored them with like watercolor pencils like I've done before, and then added like some twine to them. Or baker's twine, I think is more what you would call that kind of twine. And again, went around the edges with like some brown acrylic paint just to kind of again go with the whole set. And I did kind of add texture paste to the background as well, just kind of swiped it on with a palette knife. And then the stockings design, I made like a kind of wood panel-esque thing with the texture paste, went over with the acrylic paint as well, like the same brown one. What I would do is like after it was dry, I would just kind of go over with my finger to kind of pick up the texture. And then yeah, finished it off with pearl effects. So really simple. I really like how they turned out. They look different, nice and different, so it'll kind of stand out from the other sets that I've done recently, which is really good. And yeah, I hope my friend likes them, and let me know which set is your favorite as well. Now for the Christmas card. So the design I wanted to go for with like these Christmas cards, I wanted to have like a kind of framed photo or like painting for in the cards. So I cut out two square pieces of watercolor paper and two circle um pieces of watercolor paper. And then I had like a few designs I thought of. Like one was a Christmas tree, snowman, like a house decorated and a wreath. So what I kind of want a slightly loose look for like the watercolor bit and then go over with fine liners. So I went in and added the background. I didn't worry too much about leaving white space except for the snowman one, though I did kind of mess up with the moon section. I kind of forgot to leave a space for the moon, which kind of messed it up, but I was able to salvage it okay. And so like I just painted in the background. For the snowman it was pretty simple and I was doing kind of like wet and wet. I wasn't really waiting for each section to dry because I didn't mind it being too like messy because I was going to go over with fine liners anyway. I wanted it to kind of look like it was painting outside of the lines kind of thing. And yeah, so they kind of ended up looking slightly vintage like just because like two of them was over a brown background, so everything else had a bit of a brown tint. So it kind of looked vintagey, which was cool. And I'm using Winsor Newton Cotman watercolors for this. It's like the student pocket set. And yeah, and they're not great for layering, but because I wasn't really doing a bunch of detail, it was okay. And I could have used my gouache if I really needed to, but thankfully I didn't really like need to cover up any serious mistakes. I guess I could have used my white gouache for the moon, but I did want it to be a lot very loose feeling. So like when I'm doing the house, you'll see that the bushes and the sky kind of gets mixed up and it kind of bleeds. But I was completely fine with that. So, and I think I only use like one size paintbrush because again, I wanted it to be very loose. So once I got that sorted, I went in with a brush marker. It's the Unipin brush marker. Actually, I think all the fine liners I have is actually Unipin. I really like that brand because it dries pretty quickly, and once it's dried fully, it's waterproof, so that's really good because I was thinking initially to kind of like draw it out with the fine liners, then like paint in the image, but I didn't. I wanted it to be quite quick, and I knew if I was having to paint into lines, I would have to be a lot more like careful. I could do very loosely, but I thought it would probably be best to start off with the watercolor and then go over with the liner to kind of bring back in the details. So I went over with a brush marker for most of it and the smaller details with like different size fine liners, all Unipins as well. And then I added some like accents with some gel pens, just like your basic glittery gel pens. They don't even have a brand. It's just, your basic gel pens. Because again, I just wanted it to be nice and simple. And when I'm card making, I tend to pull out things like gel pens. So like I barely use them until I'm making cards or like Christmas tags. So yeah, went over with the fine liners, gel pens for some accents. I used some Wink of Stella at some point, I think for the stars for the house. And then I went over and added like highlights with my Uniball Signal gel pen to really kind of bring it out and make it pop. And once that was done and nice and dry, I was able to make the cards. So I cut out like deco paper that coordinated well with the paintings for the frame, and then to kind of like finish it off, like the frame section, I would ink the edges like with a black ink pad just to kind of make it pop a little bit more and ground it a little bit. And then for the sentiments, I have some like kind of punch out sentiments that I use for two of the cards on like a background of deco paper, and I put the sentiment on some like foam squares so it would stand out a little bit more, and I edged all of that with a black ink pad. And then two of them I had some like wooden chipboard Merry Christmas sentiments that I got recently, and I really wanted to use it. So what I did initially is to color it with watercolor pencils like I would for the chipboard pieces on my tags. And it was okay. I just found that it didn't really stick out that much. Then I went over with some of my watercolors, and then once it was fully dry, I went over with my ink pad just to kind of add some definition, like some black dark definition. And then I also added some highlights with my Uniball Signal gel pen. So that really like added and made it pop really nicely. And then once I stuck everything in, I used tacky glue to stick like the paintings in, and the frame on, and then like double-sided tape for everything else. Actually, no, I did use double-sided tape for the frame. I used tacky glue for the painting because it is a thicker card, and I really wanted to make sure it stayed. But the inside of the card then didn't look very nice because it was just like this piece of paper. So, especially since I was like, these are for sale, what I did was then I cut out like another kind of frame for the like backs of the paper, stuck that down with like tacky glue, and then there was like this white space, so I stamped in it. I just grabbed like these two sentiment stamps. One I think said Christmas wishes and something, and the other one was like Merry Christmas or something. One was like in a circle form, which was perfect for the circle paintings, and the other one was just like nice and simple that would work on the square paintings. So I stamped that, and I thought that finished it off really nicely. So then you kind of have a sentiment in the card. And yeah, and then once that was done, I added some pearl effects, and I thought that was it. But then like I was kind of like, it doesn't look finished enough. Like, it doesn't look like my kind of finished. I wasn't completely happy with it. It looked okay, but it needed a little something extra. So I went in and added some like dashes around like the frames on the outside of the card, around the frames and like the sentiments with the fine liners. And then I also went in with like a pink pen to add some like dashes, like white dashes on top of the frame. I can't remember if I did it for all of them, but you'll be able to see like when I show you a close-up once like they're finished, because I kind of did this off of camera. And then the snowman one, it felt a bit flat because there's not really much detail to put on a snowman. So I went in with my paint pen. It's just a white paint pen, and I just kind of like added some texture with it onto the snowman, on the moon, on like the kind of snow bank. And I thought that looked a lot better. And then I also went in with some black pearl effects just to kind of bring in that black as well. Just because there was so much like black edging and black dashes, I thought that would help to ground it a little bit more. And yeah, and then I was happy with it. And then I just made sure to stick a made by Checiegirl Creations like on the back of the card, and a QR code that you can scan to then like find my information. I always do that with cards that I'm selling. And then I put them in some sleeves ready to sell. And yeah, so pretty simple cards. I do like how they turned out. Oh, I did go over the tinsel on the Christmas tree with the paint pen as well, because it just wasn't blending in too much, just didn't look very good. So yeah, anything that didn't look great, I went over with the paint pen. And I thought that just brought it together, just kind of brightened it up a little bit as well. So yeah, that's it for the cards. Nice and simple, pretty easy to do. I would say like, because I just use like one of my thinner like 190 GSM watercolor paper, because like it didn't have to be too fancy. And you did see like when I first initially put on the background, it buckled quite a little bit, but once I was adding everything else, it did flatten out a little bit more. So yeah, really happy with them. Let me know which one you like the best. I really like the wreath. That's, I think, is my favorite. And I think then the house one is like my second favorite. I really like those. And yeah, so I'm going to leave you with some music. I don't think I have anything else to tell you about Christmas wise. And yeah, so real timey will get back to you in a bit. Okay, so I can't remember the last time I spoke to you guys. I think maybe it was before I made the terrarium jar. So actually I think I spoke to you and I showed you that. So update on the jewelry. I've just attached all like the findings, I think you call them, to the corks, and I'm leaving the vials covered for now and to seal them tomorrow. So what I'll do is if there's any excess condensation, I'll just wipe it out. They've been uncovered most of the time, so they really shouldn't be much, especially I did give them a wipe already before I put the corks on, so there shouldn't be any extra condensation. So I'll seal them tomorrow. Oh, today is the 26th, so I'm kind of making good time. My birthday was Sunday, so I didn't do any work, and then I was feeling pretty burnt out Monday, so I just took a day as well since I worked on Saturday. So I have quite a bit. I just need to finish off the stands, which I've already painted them and varnished one side, so I need to varnish the other sides. And the tree's behind there, but there's no dry spots on the tree yet, so I can't really like show it to you. So yeah, I just need to finish off varnishing them and then just putting them together. And I finished the tags. I have some of the footage which you would have seen already, just of me kind of adding the finishing touches. I made kind of like 3 designs. So I made this set because my friend wants a few tags. So what I've done is I made this set so that once she picks, I should be able to like have enough to kind of keep me going until like the last of my markets. So if I do need to make another set of Christmas tags, I will, but I'll be able to judge that after my first November market, I think, which is at Royal Star Arcade. And it's on the 6th of November. I'll have that link below if you want to like see more about it, but it's in the Maidstone Town Centre, Royal Star Arcade. So that's the first Royal Star Arcade market, and then I'll also be at the one on the 4th of December. So I probably already mentioned that already. I just wanted to, just a bit of a reminder, kind of close to the end of the vlog. I'm not too sure if I'm going to have much more in the vlog, because I need to edit the vlog this week because it needs to be published this week. Finish off the stands and the jewelry, which you guys have already seen me do in previous vlogs. What else is there to do? I need to get my online shop up and running, but that just might end up in the next vlog. Really, I aim to have it done by the end of October. Oh, and I do want to make a couple more like terrariums, like the bottle ones, but that will definitely end up in the next vlog, in the November vlog, because by the time I do the terrariums I probably would have edited already. And here are the Christmas cards. I do have footage of this, so you would have seen me make them already. Oh, and another thing that's happened that I can't remember if I've talked about because it's been a while since I actually vlogged. I recorded a couple guest podcasts. One with Caitlin Bongers, and I'll put her like Instagram below, and one with Leela from Leela is the Woman's Color. That's her Instagram as well. I'll put that down below too. So Leela podcast will be the one in November, and then Caitlin Bongers will be the one in December. So that's really cool. I've been wanting to do guest podcasts for a while, so I'm really looking forward to the first ones coming out. So you can look forward to that for my podcast. You can learn about the artists and kind of what they do, what they'll be doing, kind of what they have coming up. And yeah, it was really fun. I meant to vlog some of it, but because it was my first ones, I was kind of nervous, so I completely forgot to turn on the camera. As well as like one of the ones, there was quite a bit of technical difficulties, so I think I need to kind of get in the flow of doing recording guest podcasts. So yeah, that's definitely something I want to have quite a regular thing for my podcast, just so to share artists that I find inspiring and I follow, so it was really cool to actually speak to them, because I've been following both of their Instagrams for a while now. So that's kind of what happened. Yeah, just kind of getting back into it. I really did enjoy my rest over my birthday. I did promise myself that I wouldn't do any work at all, and it was a really nice, relaxing day, especially since I have quite a bit of a busy month ahead. So it was really nice to just kind of chill out for a couple days and then get back to it. So I'm going to end the vlog here. There might be a little clip afterwards or not, I'm not sure. I haven't gotten to editing, as you can tell. I'm sure I can't remember what clips I have. It's a bit bizarre. I forgot to check before I came on for the update. So I hope you guys enjoyed the vlog. If you did, please do give me a thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't already. Please do check out my events post. It has all of my upcoming events. I'll probably put a photo up of like a list of my upcoming like events. I still have tickets for my mixed media ornament workshop. It's beginner friendly. It's in Maidstone at Pim's Court Farm, and I'll show you how to make an ornament from start to finish. Oh, one like this, so it'll be on a wood slice and it'll be double-sided, and I'll show you a few mixed media techniques to decorate it so it's nice and ready for your Christmas tree. That's on the 27th of November, and I'll have that link down below. And I'm doing that for Much Ado events. And then I have couple markets coming up in November and 3 in December, so again that'll also be in the list, and that info will also be linked below to like which markets I'll be at. So I do believe that's it. Thanks again for watching, and I will see you guys in a couple weeks for the podcast. Bye.